Hello, I decided to try a new format which I was talking about in one of the posts when I'm just recording on audio and just when I got an idea to talk about something, to tell about something, and then I made a video like I'm painting something or anything else just for the background, and then I'll combine it together. So I decided to tell about some of my impressions, which are current, but I don't know when I'll be able to film a video. So not to forget my thoughts and to record them in a fresh way. I'll do it like that, and I'll see how it's gonna be. It seems to me that the first time, symbolically with New Year, I felt so. I have so many thoughts about what I want to change in my life. Well, it's not so many, but they all came at the same time, and that's a bit weird and unusual. But actually, it's just a result of things which which have been happening for a long period of time, and I was thinking about it. I wasn't satisfied, and finally, I don't know. I decided to make some changes. So first of all, it's also about ASMR, by the way, because watching ASMR, not about filming, just about watching, because watching ASMR was a big part of my not free time, but maybe resting time, how to have rest, how to get relaxed. But now I came to the point, I try to remember for how long I've been watching ASMR for several years, but I can't really remember how many. So okay, I just mean that now I came to the point that I got tired of many ASMR channels. I was not tired. I want to find something new, but I can't. So I've been watching a huge amount of ASMR channels, and there are still ASMR channels I like, but some authors quit. Unfortunately, the authors whom I really liked. Some authors make really great content of wonderful quality, and I'm amazed of the quality of this content. But because they make really good qualified content, they do it. They release videos very rare, like once in a month or maybe once in a 2 month, and it's really cool still to wait, and they still worth waiting because they are still good. But I watch ASMR more than once in a month, once in a 2 month, and of course that's not enough. And the fact is that the content which is released quite often, so I mean the channels which release content quite often, usually this content or not really qualify, but that's not a big problem actually. I'm not really, how to say it, I don't really care about it. So it's mostly about that it's all about the same. So usually the authors who make the content like every day or almost every day, each several days, they do all the same things, and you get very tired of these channels quite soon. So I had my YouTube recap for this year, and my top 5, and they were, and from the second to the last place, they all were ASMR channels, and if I'm not mistaken, for now I don't watch any of them. One girl quitted, one she started always chewing a gum while filming, and I hate this. So I loved her video, but I hate this gum chewing. And before she did like some videos with, some without, but the last videos were all with gum chewing, and I was fed up with that, and I unsubscribed recently. And one girl, I watch only some exact videos. So yeah, just one type of the video, two types of the video which she does. So it's also once in several months maybe. And another woman, she does good videos, but she also releases them like once in 1 or 2 months, and that's it. So there are many channels I used to watch and then stopped because I got tired, or they changed their how to say style. And I, for example, I love their old style and don't like new style, or the opposite. I watched all their new videos, but the old one I don't like, and they also release them not quite often, or they already quit it or something like this. So it's actually so strange because the YouTube is full of ASMR channels, but I don't know, before YouTube recommended me something from time to time, but it happens so that I've been watching so many ASMR videos, I guess, that I got. But it happens so that, as I said, there is very low amount of really really good and nice videos. So you're forced to watch videos that you more or less okay, that you are more or less okay with, and YouTube thinks that you are okay with them because you watch them and start suggesting you the same type of videos, and you are already tied with that one, and you only see the similar one, and that's a problem. And maybe I'm just too lazy to look for something new by myself, and I actually don't know how to do this because you can because YouTube usually suggests you some tops, like the best of trends, the best of algorithms, but that doesn't mean that they are really, not always that means that they are really cool. And I can tell you that I really sorry that, for example, YouTube doesn't have this option. That's mostly about channel, but still, when you are on the channel and you can sort the videos, there are three options, from popular, the most popular to the least popular, and from the oldest to newest, and opposite. And there are no option to sort videos, for example, by top rated. So because if the video is the most popular, that doesn't mean that it's top rated. I mean, top rated is the amount of likes to amount of views. So the video can have not so much views, but lots of likes for this amount. And I would prefer to sort videos on the channels like that, because if you sort them by popular, the most popular to least popular, usually they all are about some trendy topics. So doctors, or hairdressers, or something like this. And I already told you that I'm a bit fed up with, not a bit, I can't watch any longer medical, hairdresser, or makeup artist role plays, because while my first year of ASMR watching, it was okay. Maybe even while my second year ASMR watching, it was okay. But for now, I'm fed up with this because there are too much of this video. So I actually, that's why I actually wanted to ask you to recommend me maybe something. Which channels do you watch? And I don't care if they are small or something. I only maybe say what I like in ASMR and what I don't like. So I usually watch role plays. So as I said, the only only requirement is not channel full of just medical hairdresser and makeup artist role plays, because I won't watch them. I'm okay with some unusual role plays, so some unusual topics. And I'm okay if it can be okay, it can be medical hairdresser or something if it's wrapped in something unusual or interesting. For example, historical role play like 19th century doctor or medieval doctor or 18th century hairdresser or I don't know, hairdresser in space, doctor in space or something like this on the spaceship. So something like that, but not all these typical, all the same videos about makeups and doctors and all the same thing, which I've seen thousands times. And so something unusual, yeah. And I'm okay with trash trash scenarios. So if it's trash makeup artist, trash hairdresser, trash doctor, I'm okay with that. That's nice. I never get tired of this. And actually, there are not so many videos about trash artists. I don't know why, because they are, I think people like them. But usually there are just videos about something calming, something like realistic, or yeah. And I don't like when it's too slowly and too calm. So I'm okay if it's just realistic, but if it's super slowly with super slow voice, with the same actions which length for several minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I get really bored. Yeah. Also, I watch spa, they call it spa ASMR. So I mean like different massages, hair treatment, something like this. I'm okay if it be even some street massage. I mean, not really beautiful picture, not really beautiful salon. So I'm absolutely okay when it's even some trash street massage or something like this. So yeah, and the second thing is about reading, because I used to read Russian analog of Reddit, which is called Peekaboo, but I got tired of this because Russian internet is tends to be quite toxic, because we don't have such a strict moderation like Western internet. And before I was okay with that, but for now I felt that I'm really tired to read all this all these toxic things, and I quit it and I started reading Reddit in English. But it seems to me that I feel tired in general, because I don't really want to read it too. I read, but just a little bit from time to time. On the one hand, it's really good practice of English, but still. And I used to read lots of books till my 25 years old. And when I was at school, I read, for me, it was normally to read 100 pages per day. After school until 25 years old, 50 pages per day was normally for me. If the book was good, I could read 100 pages too. But then I stopped because I read so many books, and I started to understand completely what type of books I want, what genres. So it's narrowed my choice. And also, I already read a lot, so when I was looking for new books in these genres which I loved, they were all the books I read. or something which I didn't like. So I spent more time to find a book than to read, because I started reading and I didn't like it. And or I loved it while reading, but the ending was really stupid. So the whole book was like wasted because of this, and I felt disappointed. And that's why I almost stopped reading books. I think for the last year I read one book. It was, by the way, it was the book written by sister of Chris. If you watched the movie Into the Wild about Chris, I really don't remember his last name, who was from the rich family, but he started like traveling by himself alone with the backpack, and finally he died. So I read the book of his sister where she described why he did it, why he left his rich family, why he denied money and all this stuff. It was quite interesting, by the way. So that's it. And I can't say that I feel that I have a wish to read books again. That makes me a bit upset, but maybe I will start later, but not now. For now, it seems to me that I I wish I had some similar channels to watch. Yes, but I don't have, and some new. I mean, and I don't know what to read. I don't want to read the internet any longer. It seems to me. I think I just got tired of so many information, and I don't know what books to read. If you wondering what genres I like, I can say what I don't like. I don't like fantasy. I don't like fantastics. I don't like detectives. I don't like adventures. I like biography or autobiography, or if it's like not real but like biography book, so about not real character. I used to love classics, but the older I become, the more difficult for me is reading the classics, because I'm getting really pissed off of how it was before, how it used to be before, how people were forced to live in all these society rules. I get very angry, and it's difficult for me to read classics. So yeah, I like something like person orientated, such kind of books. Um, Also, I wanted to say that maybe this year I finally understood, I finally accepted the idea that I don't want to work, I don't want to do anything. And because before, many people in my surrounding, my friends, or just people in my surrounding, they told me, I just don't want to work, I just don't want to do anything. And I was like, how? No, it's so cool to do something regularly. I meant not going to the office on the work, to the work you don't like, but I thought that there are still some things you love to do, maybe some hobbies, and maybe you could do it at the work. And that's what I always try to do in my life. But now it seems to me that I got so tired of everything, and I don't want to do everything regularly, only for my pleasure. So I don't have a wish now to try hard, to I don't know, to have some long-term plans, aims. It seems to me that I just want to do something small for my pleasure, step by step, little by little, and that's it. because many of my plans that they didn't come true, and I had lots of disappointment and lots of depressive feelings about that, and I feel so tired of trying hard without any normal result. So also I never really felt a pressure of myself. I mean preciousness of myself as a person, when when you're just a person without being successful in something in my head. So I understand it logically, but I can't really feel it for myself. So I understand logically that I'm precious as a person, and I'm not just a person who does something. I have many roles in my life, like, daughter, wife, friend, just a person, woman. But it it's just like that. It's just like that. That you need to make money to be successful, to afford you that life that you want. And when you can't do this, that means that you are no one, and your life is squalid actually, and that's why actually your work and your income and your success characterizes you very well. Um, Characterize you very well. Sorry, and that's how it works. So I can repeat myself thousands of times that I'm precious as myself, but then I start thinking and how to live, how to develop your life, how to make your wishes come true, then worth my life anything if it won't be like I want, if my wishes won't come true. So maybe that's all about the acceptance, about this Buddhist things, which always were interesting for me, but it was very difficult for me to understand this idea, how to have no wishes, so live without having actually a wishes, because wishes leads you to disappointments, and you just live your life then, accepting everything which happens, and that sounds not bad, but at the same time I don't understand and then how to develop yourself, how to make your life interesting, because yes, of course you can just live your life, but if you just live your life, it sounds like you're gonna go to work and back and to the shop nearby your house, and that's it. So I don't know. I don't understand how to make it together. So I understand the logic of these things, that you just accept your life and live it nice and peacefully, because you don't decide actually so much in your life. You don't have so much real choices in your life. It's all just circumstances. But at the same time, there are lots of examples when people tried hard and reached their aim. Of course, there were lots of success and luck, but if they didn't do anything at all, they wouldn't be at the place where they are now. So I don't understand how to find a balance there. And so, yeah. And on the one hand, I think that I would love to feel like that. I would love just to be in flow. But on the other hand, I don't understand how then to not to live your life like every day is the same, like home, something else, home, So don't know. Okay, I asked DeepSeek about this idea, Buddhist idea, when you live life without wishes and without, how to say it, without struggles because of this. Um, DeepSeek wrote me that the idea is in that doesn't mean no having wishes at all. That means not have a dependency on the result of these wishes. So you will be upset, disappointed, and yeah, you won't. That means that you won't be upset and disappointed if your wish won't come true, or if you do something, you do this not because of the result, but because you just like the process. So you having pleasure of the process, and the result is not so important. So you have pleasure in the real moment, and that's it. So maybe, yeah, maybe it makes sense. So maybe I need to think about it, and maybe I need to think about coming back to reading books, maybe to be more in real moment, in some slow, cozy, nice things. I don't know. Also, you could probably notice that I grew up my nails, and I hope it's gonna last for the long time. I was trying to do it for a long time, even with psychologists, and with psychologists, I just understood that I like scratching them, biting them, ripping them, and I understood that I need to find the reason when I don't like it and why I don't like it. And I finally found the reason that, for example, in the videos, I don't like how my hands look like. So I needed to find the reason why the process for me won't be so pleasant to cover the final result, because before it wasn't really so important for me. Yes, of course, it wasn't really nice when your nails look ugly, but I thought it's not a big deal actually. No one is taking care taking care so much about your hands. Maybe someone does, but it's not the first thing, far not the first thing. And now I understood that it's not nice, not beautiful, and I don't like the result that because in the video they look bad. And that was a big step for me. And then I once in the night I ripped all of them again, and I woke up the next morning and I was so sorry about that when I felt my nails are all ripped out, down. They became so short and they were a bit even aching because they were too short. And I understood that I don't want to feel this any longer again. And well, I read about a thing. It's called, I don't know how to call it in English. I'll write it in Russian. It's called askeza. It's something from religion, but also now it's popular in some way of esoterics. I don't really believe in such kind of things, but I thought that actually it's something like a psychology. So you need to write down that you wish about something, any kind of wish, and you say that to pay for this wish, you will make some effort in something which is difficult for you, like don't drink coffee, or as I don't touch your nails, or don't drink alcohol or something, and you write there how to say the period, how long are you going to be in this. So the minimum is 30 days, the maximum half a year or a year, actually as you wish. And technically it works just like making a habit, but psychologically it works better, because even if it's not connected with your wish at all, if you just at least a little bit can believe in it, your brain perceives it like if you do this or stop doing this, your aim, I mean, your wish won't become true, and that works better. And for me, it really worked much better. So I really love this result. I took it for 30 days, and it doesn't mean that in 30 days I'm going to start doing it again. It's just, I just decided to try. And when 30 days is over, I think I will be okay with this habit. Without this habit, I mean. And maybe I'll even take the new one for something else. So that's how I did it. Maybe it will be helpful for some of you. So you can try, but of course, first of all, you already need to be ready to stop. It's just some additional measure. So something like this.
Now I would like to tell you about the movies I watched during New Year holidays. If you've seen the pre-New Year post, you probably know about the list I made and shared with you, and I told that I'm going to share my expression. But unfortunately, from all of the list, I loved just a couple of movies, and I didn't want to make it really negative, telling about almost all the movies I didn't like and why. So I'll just concentrate on the movies which I all liked or I partly like, and tell just about them.
First of all, I'd like to tell you about my impression of Zootopia movie, which we visited in the New Year's Eve. And I've seen the first part just once in the year when it was released in the cinema too. So if I'm not mistaken, it was maybe 10 years ago or something. So I remember the plot, but maybe I don't remember some details, but it wasn't really important actually. To tell you the truth, I was a bit afraid that the cinema, I mean, the room where we will watch the movie will be full of kids, and I didn't want to sit surrounded by kids. But I can tell you that I was surprised that um, maybe the half of the room was filled with people, so half of the places were seated, but there were only maybe 5, 6 kids among all this audience, and that was funny. I don't know why it was like that. My friend went to Zootopia too in cinema too, and she said that there were no kids in the hall too. So I wonder why it's like that. Maybe because the first part is pretty old, and maybe children don't really watch it. I don't know, maybe it's not really modern. I don't know, but it's strange. So I don't know why actually it was like that. And mm, still, I was happy that there were no kids. What about the movie itself? I think I'll give some first part with no spoilers, just my emotions, and then I'll discuss a bit some parts of plot which I want to tell, and I think I'll write when the spoiler starts and when they will be over, so you can skip it if you want. So, talking just about my emotions, it seemed to me that movie was a bit, how to say it, oh my god, I forgot to check this word, how to explain it. So I think I'll write down this word. I mean that some parts of the movie were really deep, cool, touching, and interesting to watch. And some ideas were really cool. And as I said, really deep for the cartoon. But some parts were really like childish, yeah, a bit like clowny, a bit stupid, with stupid jokes, which I don't know if they work even for kids. Maybe for kids, yeah, for little kids, but uh, not for adults. And that's actually normal for cartoon. But there are lots of good cartoons which are interesting to both to children and for adults, and they are all like that, so not just some parts of it. And here I felt that some parts of movie are not equal to each other, and some jokes were really good and some jokes were cringy, and in some parts of movie I felt a bit cringy. And for example, mostly it was in the beginning and in the end. In the beginning I thought, oh my god, is all the movie going to be like this? Because I don't know, the first part wasn't like, didn't feel like that. Yes, it was 10 years ago, but I can't say that I was really young that time, so young that time, or maybe I was. I don't know. But so that's what I didn't like, but still there were good parts which maybe were not so bad to made this movie not so bad to watch. Also visually, I can tell that movie is made really great, and you really want to stop some shorts, and how to say it, look for details, because there are many some interesting details in the world which you want to see, to check, and there are some jokes you can find. And I think some like cinemaphiles, they will do this, and they will find pleasure in doing this, because usually in the plot it can take just 1 second or even less, some shot, for example, some shot of the city, of the street, but you can find many interesting and nice and yeah, nice details there. And now, talking a little bit about the plot. Well, I think that they could make they could develop the line with Nick the fox, where he even said about this in the movie. He said that he doesn't really want to work in the police. By the way, I don't know if you hear fireworks, because now there are fireworks, and maybe you will hear them, maybe not, I don't know. So, I mean that Nick even said that he doesn't really want to be a police officer, and he does it only because he wants to be a part of some like group, community, and personally be together with Judy. But how to say it? And actually, it was reading. I could read it during all the first part of the movie, at least, that I felt that he does not what he is actually for. He doesn't want to do this, and that's why they have conflicts, because they have different values, and they even talked about this. And I thought that it would be really cool, and I thought that maybe they will do it, to develop this line and to make in the end that Nick understood it, and he understood that he doesn't need to be a police officer to be a partner with Judy. I don't know, a friend or a romantic partner. I don't know what what the authors implies in the relationships in the cartoon. I think that would be a really interesting idea, to show that, firstly, to show that if you don't like what you do, you can change it, you can quit, it's okay. And the second thing is, if someone is your real close person, even if you don't work, if you don't study together, they will stay in touch with you, and that's okay. And you can be partners even without some things which make you, how to say it, which make you keep in touch. How to say it? Not in natural, not in your natural way, but because of change it, you can quit. It's okay. And the second thing is, if someone is your real close person, even if you don't work, if you don't study together, they will stay in touch with you, and that's okay. And you can be partners even without some things which make you, how to say it, which make you keep in touch. How to say it? Not in natural, not in your natural way, but because of uh, circumstances. I hope that I pronounced it correctly. So, something like this. Also, about the links, the teenage links who turned out to be a betrayer. Um, well, on the one hand, it was a really good, how to say it, plot twist. I didn't expect it, and it's cool. It's really good because I thought that everything is pretty predictable there, but they made me feel surprised. Maybe I'm alone like this. Maybe you said that it was always, for me, it wasn't. But on the other hand, it felt for me like if you are a lynx, there is no chance that you can be good because all the lynxes they turn out to be bad in the cartoon. There were no other lynxes in the city. There were shown at least no other lynxes or bobcats. I don't know which one is better to use. And as I understood, there was how to say it, some idea of conflict of two countries, and well, Israel and Palestine, as I understand, and it's like shown that you are Israel, you are from Israel, you can't be a good person or what. I understand that it's just a plot of movie, but if they showed this metaphor, what means this metaphor, maybe that, of course, maybe it doesn't mean anything, but it felt a bit strange for me, maybe because I'm a bit in this situation too, despite it wasn't about my country, but that's why I a bit felt for this moment, maybe stronger than a person from other country would feel. I wonder how felt people from Israel, for example, about this cartoon, watching this cartoon, or just Jewish people, I don't know. So, yeah, that's it. That's my feelings. I can't say that I really loved this cartoon. Mm, I think it was like so. You can watch it once if you really want, but I think if you skip it, you won't lose anything. Then I already watched Weapons, and I don't know. I have mixed feelings because again, too, there were really cool moments because when I saw the beginning, actually my feelings are really close to Zootopia too. When I saw the beginning, I thought this is really going to be scary with this music from romantic movies or something. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe here I'm going. Okay, I'll try to tell the first part with no spoilers and then to add spoilers. So, um, so in general, yes, there were some scary, scary moments. I don't really like screamers. I don't like when all the scariness of movie is just in screamers. And actually, almost all scary movies, actually all scary moments in this movie, they were just in screamers, and I think that's not really good. But there were also some just creepy moments, which were not actually screamers, but they were just creepy, and that's good. I even thought that, oh, this, if I would be a director of horror movies, I would remember this, this one to use it in my movie, for example. Mm, and it was really thrilling to watch. So I waited what is going to happen next. But when it came closer to the end, I don't know, maybe the middle part was so thrilling that I was expected more in the end. And maybe for me, the ending was too simple. It was even a bit funny. Sometimes there were some scary moments and then they turn out to be funny. I don't know, someone, I think everyone found the ending funny. I mean, with, okay, here let's start spoilers. So yeah, I can say freely, okay, the moment when kids killed the witch, it was funny. I mean, when they were running, she was running out of them and they were uh, like tracing her. So it wasn't scary. And sometimes it's okay. But it wasn't like a comedy, horror comedy or something, so it was a bit strange. Um, Also, this woman, the witch, on the one hand, she was really interesting, and maybe I wanted to know more about her. On the other hand, the plot left so many questions to me that I don't know if it's even. On the one hand, I don't want everything to be perfectly clear in horrors. I think it's good when there is some mystery that you can think about it, that you can use your imagination maybe to think why it's like that, how it happened, and sometimes it works even better. But when it's just not really logical, maybe, for example, why, if this witch is so powerful, why she lives like she lives with these powers, with these knowledges? I think she could live much better life, and why she needed to come to this family to do this. She could do it with each person. Really, she didn't really need to become close with someone, because we saw that she could do it with almost whomever she wanted. And I didn't understand this moment. So I have mixed feelings because something in this movie was really good, and again, the visual part was quite good. I loved the visual part. I love the cameraman's work. I loved music, but not the music in the very beginning. Um, so I mean instrumental music. And in the middle of the movie, I even checked the director. I thought, is it James Wan? Is it the is it Ari Aster? I don't know, but no, they were not directors of this movie. By the way, am I the only person who thinks that for some kids in horrors, to survive is not a happy ending? After all they overlived, or after, I don't know, if their parents were out of their mind because of demons or something and they attacked the kids, their own parents. Um, I'm not sure that it will be really cool to the kids to live after that, because I mean, I can imagine the size of the psychotrauma after that, and even the authors, if they make the second part of the movie, it's often about the kids later, or they are already grown up, and they about their psychotrauma after overliving all these events. So, for me, it's often very controversial. Is it a real happy end for them to survive after everything that was shown in the horror movie? Because psychotherapy is quite expensive. Also, they probably will need a psychiatrist after that. So, yeah, medical help and psychotherapy, they are long term, they are expensive. Maybe they will need them during all their life after that. And find a good psychotherapist is also long term and quite expensive. Okay, talking about the weapons, it's an additional recording after several days, and I can tell that um, I still think the same about the movie in general, but I can say that it works as a horror because I remember about this movie in the nighttime. I remember about some scenes, and yeah, I can say that they worked well because in not everywhere I liked it, but in some ways it felt to me that director really knows these psychological archetypes of fear. I mean, what causes some deep feeling of fear in you? This, how to say it? These things, okay, these actions, these characters, and at the same time, it shouldn't be really cliche, so to become boring and not working. So in some ways, it was made really well as a horror, and I feel it at night. This is what I can tell. By the way, if you think why am I watching horrors if you don't like such kind of movie, and you think why do I watch horrors if they give you these negative emotions of fear or something, I think for me it's like I don't understand why people eat spicy food because I hate spicy food, and I don't understand people eating it when it's hard for them to eat it. They have tears, their mouth is burning, but they still eat it, and I don't understand why they do this. And maybe for me, horrors it's like spicy food for that people because it's thrilling somehow. It's I don't know, getting some emotions. Maybe that's why people like spicy food too. Today I watched the Nightshift, which is Switzerland movie, and I think this was the first Switzerland movie in my life. It was very difficult to find it, and that's why, firstly, we even thought that we won't find it, and I was a bit upset with that because I wanted to watch this movie. For some reason, I thought that I like it, and actually, I can say that I liked it. The next day, we finally found the movie, The Night Shift, and it was about this, but 2 hours, not 2 hours, even 1 hour and a half. But I loved it much more. I would mark it, okay, it's not like brilliant or something. I would mark it as 7 point from 10. But I could even recommend it to watch if you are okay with movies where there are no typical plot. For example, I mean, yeah, very active plot. I can't say that the movie is calm. Something is happening there all the time, but I mean, there are not some classical plot structure of the movie there. I love the character. Maybe she was a bit idealized, but she still, at the same time, she uh, felt realistic, and the actress was good. I loved the how actress played, so I like believed her feelings. It was interesting for me to watch on the Swiss hospital. If we take for granted that, not take for granted, sorry, if we believe that it, the hospitals in Switzerland are really like that, like it was to show in the movie, like it was shown in the movie, then it was very interesting to watch how it works, how it looks like. Um, so yeah, I think if you like medical movies, if you're okay to watch something like this, I could even recommend this. Mm, so yeah, it was just quite nice. The new problem for me with my nails, as a person who don't really have much experience of having long nails, first of all, uh, I don't know, is it typical for anyone with the long nails, but always dirt, uh, uh, always very often there is a dirt under my nails, and I need to clean them. Also, I mean, after some creams or something like this, or I can scratch myself by chance. Not really often, but it happens. And also, I don't really know how to. I mean, I know the basics how to take care of your nails, but I try to make them look well, but I can't say that I really like the result. And I always thought that it's easier than it is in real life. So I definitely don't want to make some shellac or something. So I want to learn how to make them beautiful by myself, just my natural nails. But for now, I think maybe things became a bit better, but not the way I really wished to. Also, I wanted to tell how I celebrated the New Year, because I usually don't celebrate New Year as many people do. First of all, I don't like celebrating it at night time. I don't like break my regime. I don't like, yeah, I don't like all these companies. I mean, group of people, when it's noisy, you need to wait. You have all day, you need to prepare, you need to cook something, and only in the evening everything is starting. And that's not really for me. So we usually celebrate in the daytime, and usually we go somewhere on the skate, on some master class if it's possible to go there, in the restaurant, to the restaurant, sorry. And so, for example, this year we went to the cinema and to the restaurant, and I really loved restaurant because the day before we went to the uh, Belgian pub, and I don't know. It seems to me that I don't like Belgian kitchen if it's really so heavy and so fat as it was there. Uh, it seems to me that it's not my cup of tea, and I don't know why there are no such a few amount of vegetables in the Belgian cuisine. Is it really like that? Why all the dishes there are lots of potato, lots of dough, and almost no vegetables, and yeah, and all the dishes were really heavy. I don't know, even the ones I wasn't expected that they will be heavy. Many things which are fried, fritured, and yeah. But the next day, the New Year's Eve, we visited a restaurant which was really cool. There was also European, not Belgian, there was European cuisine, and it was really, really tasty. And the restaurant actually is pretty posh, but it was really beautiful and very pleasant, and the food was marvelous. And I really love that the staff in the restaurant, despite the restaurant was posh, they behaved normally. Not like you are in Queen's Palace and you feel yourself not comfortable, not right on your place. Here it was okay. Our waiter was quite nice, and I think that's really good for such kind of places. I think that's really good, how to say it, feature of the place, that even if it's Porsche, everyone must feel comfortable there, and the staff, it's they are obligatory to do this. So yeah, so I love the restaurant, and I can see, despite it was Porsche, we spent there maybe like $15 more than we spent in this Belgian pub, despite the number of positions was the same. So yeah, it was really nice. And talking about the new year, I can tell that we're absolutely calm with that. My husband, for example, he went to bed at 10 o'clock, so he didn't wait till the midnight. And I, I don't know, I just like read the book or watched something. So I texted some messages in chats, so replied some messages, and it was quite okay. I felt quite cozy, and it's not the first year we do this way, because we already celebrated in the daytime when it was comfortable for us. So yeah, so it was just quite okay, and I love celebrating like this. I'm happy that I have a person with whom I can celebrate the way I want, because we tried to celebrate with friends a couple of times, And it was really difficult because, yeah, you have to sit to wait, you want to sleep, then you break your regime. Also, people usually eat in the night for some reason, despite it's not healthy, and the food usually, okay, some people take care that that food is okay, not heavy or something. Some people, they don't care, because actually in Russian tradition, New Year food is really heavy. So it's Olivier salad, it's salad, fish salad with red red beet. So it's called herring under the coat, under the winter coat, and all these salads, they are also, there is one fish salad which is called mimosa. I don't know how to say it in English. Maybe it's the same. I don't like it. Some salad with I write this name, and they all are pretty heavy. So yeah, that's, they are salads, but they are heavy because there is lots of mayonnaise there, and yeah, usually that's traditional food, and sometimes people uh, bake some fish or meat with potato, but the salads are the main, and so I don't like it actually. I think it's very heavy to eat in the evening or in the night, or and also they cook jelly meat and meat jelly, sorry, and which I hate. I already told about it in Nasty Russian Dishes video. So we just cooked bolognese in the evening because we were in the restaurant in the daytime. In the evening, we cooked bolognese. We watched YouTube, and it was quite nice. And then my husband went to bed. There were fireworks, which actually last year's there were not so many fireworks because it's expensive, and there is like crisis in Russia, so people don't have money, a lot of money. But this year actually there were lots of fireworks, and I couldn't sleep normally because of them. I needed to close, to open window, to do something with that, to fix it somehow. But finally I found some decision with these open windows and managing this noise for me. So luckily later it became better.
So this is everything I wanted to tell you for now. I hope that this video format was interesting and good and relaxing for you. So thank you very much for watching. Please let me know if you like this type of video, and пока-пока or bye-bye.